85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping 85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping 85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping 85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping.
Cash flow, I got that. Haters, they can't stop that. A million different ways to hustle, yeah, you should try that. Everything I got, man, I got it on my own. I don't never get tired, hey, I'm bad to the bone. 85 cut dog is sitting real high. Boppers almost break their necks when they see me riding by. Pouring on my body, yeah, I got to stay fly. I'm on my grind, man, I can't even deny it. Diamonds pressing on the grant, wood grain I'm gripping. Fresh paint job, so you know my paint dripping. I keep a muddy cup, hell yeah, I stay sipping. Please don't mind me, you know why? I'm just living.
85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping 85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping 85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping 85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping.
They love you when you're up, hate on you when you fail. Will it ever get better? Only time will tell. Until then, I'm sliding past all the drama. Classic cut dog, Tigers by Yokohama. Stacking bread every day, hell yeah, I'm talking commas. Hustle hard is the mind frame, I get it from my mama. Golden diamonds all on me like the king that I am. Nothing less than royalty, I deserve to wear that crown. I keep it 100 till they put me in the ground. I've never been a snitch, I'll never peep a sound. All negative vibes, please don't come around. This that quality music, hip hop without a doubt.
85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping 85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping 85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping 85, good dog. Rolling through the city limits, diamonds pressing on the grant. Wood grain, I'm gripping.
Man, hold up, man. Shout out to them slab riders, them 1985 cut dog riders, man. Shout out to y'all.
Hey, what's good, everybody? I hope everybody is having a great day today. I am your boy, Boss Hog, co-host of the Petty Crew Radio Show. Before I get started, man, let me send a shout out to my co-host, Brock. What's good? April O'Neil, what's good? Easy Ray, what's good? Diamond, what's good? And the First Lady of Sports, Roz, what's good? I'm glad everybody is tuned in today. We normally do our shows on Thursdays. However, the past 2 weeks, we've just been off to relax, chill. You know, going on 6 years of doing this and being consistent, is okay to take a break every once in a while. Please make sure you like and share today's show. I really appreciate it, man. I'm not going to be with you guys long. However, I've seen just too much going on regarding this Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson situation for me to sit back and not say anything. I'm going to be speaking on both sides of the coin when it comes to the Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson situation. So Uh, Please tune in. Um, Leave a comment. Let me know how you feel. What do you think about the situation that is going on with Keke Palmer and her baby daddy? And that's all I'm going to discuss today, man. I try to do my boss talk when, when something pressing is calling. And I think, this situation is pressing for several reasons. Um, for one, the lack of respect for this young brother, Darius Jackson. And I'm going to say it again, the lack of respect that I see and am watching from black women who speak so much on being, um, pushed to the side, not respected, not protected, um, you name it. It's come to the rescue of our black women. But what I've been noticing over the last two situations that I can think of, Keke Palmer and then the divorce situation with, I guess her name is Tamia Mary, whoever it is, the one that just decided she's just graduated from marriage to getting a divorce. And so, this is becoming alarming, and it's becoming alarming for several reasons. And as I go into the show, I'll be hitting different points about it. So, let's get right into it because there's no secret. The talk of Essence, the talk of the town outside of Essence, which I spoke, um, I didn't want to mention them right now, but I'm going to tie Essence into this whole situation and why all black media is not good black media for black people. I don't care how many festivals you put on. I don't care, um, you know, what was going on during Essence. There was something that stood out for me. Let me say it again. There's something that stood out for me that made me look at Essence in a different light and stand on the fact that I believe that Essence, in no way being a so-called black media outlet, really have the best interests of black men and women at heart. So let's jump right into it. And I'm going to be playing a couple of videos. I'm going to be putting up pictures, to illustrate some of the things that I find alarming, in which we had to have a boss talk with Boss Hall. So first and foremost, as everybody already know, Keke Palmer went to the Usher uh, concert or residency in Las Vegas. If you didn't know, Usher performs nightly at Las Vegas. That is one of several shows that you don't want to miss. Now, I will tell you in advance because I've been to Las Vegas several times so far, and those ticket prices is what just did it for me. If you guys don't know, uh, tickets start at $600. I've heard people say three, but as somebody that frequents Las Vegas enough, I get the emails, and I believe on my last visit, I received an email about tickets regarding the Usher concert, and I am a fan of Usher. Let me say that. Um, I have rolled with, you know, uh, my the young ladies that I've dated at that time, and we definitely had some Usher playing um, while we're, cruising. However, I wouldn't go spend $600, and that's just to start on having an experience with Usher. So again, if you guys didn't know, Usher performs nightly in Vegas. So you can, if you got the bread or you saved up your money, you can go see him and get to see uh, one of our finest artists, one of the best male vocalist performers to do it outside of Michael Jackson, Chris Brown. You know, again, he's definitely worth seeing. Now, with that being said, Keke Palmer, I guess, was having a girls' night out, decided to go to the Usher concert. I'm sure she had connections. More than likely, they might not even pay to get in just because she's a celebrity. With that being said, as you guys know and you've seen from the videos, she goes on stage because Usher, of course, bring her own. I am tempted to believe that this was pre-planned, um, because sometimes you have celebrity artists who, you know actors and other celebrities, and so they, get together beforehand and plan, you know, a wow moment for the audience and of course media. And in this case, uh, they've definitely created a stir. And so this is a picture that I shared. It's funny, but it is relevant uh, to this conversation. And for you guys that didn't know, again, Keke Palmer, she dressed very provocative. She dressed as if she was a single lady looking for a man or wanting the attention of other men. And I'm going to say other men because I don't know her to be uh, bisexual or take part in anything regarding the LGBT community. So I'm going to say she's a heterosexual woman who, again, for all intents and purposes, stepped out and chose to step out in a manner in which it was going to grab attention. And so, as an old saying goes, as we say in the South, you play grown up games, you get grown up ass prizes. And so with that grown ass game came her baby daddy who had a grown ass prize in the uh, fashion of a public, which like, we do now. We go to social media to kind of air out our issues. I call myself selectively selectively. I'm selective in what I put on social media regarding my life. So I definitely understand. And if you're in the public eye in any form or situation, you understand what come along with the game. I'm not above criticism. I've been criticized the 13 years I've been on social media. I worked hard for that blue check that I finally got. And so it didn't come without me being and labeled the king of being petty. And so for you guys who are watching, I am no way going to uh, bash Keke Palmer because I am a fan of hers. If you guys have followed me, I share her stuff on a regular basis. However, that does not mean that I have to agree with everybody that I am a fan of. And so if you guys give me 1 second, I'm going to share this hilarious meme that was created, and of course, I shared to social media for those who are not aware of how Keke Palmer dressed. And so, let me remind you guys real quick. And so, if you can see on the screen, it says, "Laughing my ass off. Uh, Never mind. I see why Buddy was tripping. This is not a Photoshop picture. This is the picture, um, the review picture of the attire Keke Palmer decided to wear to a Usher concert. Now, years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, if you guys are familiar with the comedian Corey Holcomb, uh, he talked about a situation that he saw on social media. And when this happened, it instantly um, brought it to my remembrance. And so, in a nutshell, Corey Holcomb's go on to describe a young lady who was pulled from the audience by Keith Sweat. And now, in this scenario, this young lady is actually with her dude. Now, we don't know, and from the show, when Corey Holcomb was doing the show, um, it was not mentioned if that was his wife or was that his girlfriend. But in any case, they go on to talk about how um, Keith Sweat was doing what Keith Sweat do again for my, 90s folks. Keith Sweat was what that was back in the day. He was a lady man, again, and most uh, male R&B artists are naturally looked that way. And so Corey Holcomb go on to say, that this was a teachable moment. Everybody on the panel, of course, his co-hosts gave their 2 cents on the situation. But again, he says something that I believe we need to take with this situation with Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson. First and foremost, what happened between them two in this situation becomes a teachable moment. Corey Holcomb goes on to say that if it was him, he would have left his girl at that concert. I'm not saying I would go that far, um, but again, we all have our different opinions. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Shout out to um, one of my social media friends, Honey. How you doing? Shout out to Dios, who is tuned in, who is weighed in on this Keke and Darius Jackson situation. Let me pop up. Uh, he says, in my opinion, she went out um, and dressed like someone who doesn't have uh, a business brand and um, leading the youth badly and continuing this. And please forgive me. You guys know it was an accident, so I'm trying to read these little bitty words on my screen. Uh, Hold on, because now folks will hit me up on my social media. So let me go to get out of that real quick. Um, so okay, here we go. Barely and continuing the uh, downward spiral of women who lack accountability. Again, you guys are watching. You guys can see what's on the screen. There's one comment right there. Again, thank you for the comment. Again, we're talking about the situation that's going on with Keke Palmer and her boyfriend, baby daddy, Darius Jackson. Now, for you guys that don't know, he goes on social media and basically he's just, and to summarize what he tweeted, you know, uh, it was not the attire. of a mother. Now, here's two things that are going on. Either he did not know that Keke was going to be wearing that outfit to the Usher show, or he knew because they had a conversation about it. If he knew, and I'm more than certain that if he had a problem with it on social media, there was a conversation about what she would be wearing prior to her leaving to go to Las Vegas. So let's go with both scenarios. We're gonna say he didn't know. He goes to social media. He says what he says. This young man is entitled to how he feels as a boyfriend watching his girl, as well as the mother of his child, being serenaded and wooed by Usher. Let me say that again. He has every right to have whatever type of opinion he would like to have regarding the attire his baby mama slash girlfriend wore to the Usher concert. Now, here's my honest opinion. Whereas I do like Keke Palmer again, I love watching her movies. I can truly say I am a fan of this young lady. Uh, I watched her grow into an adult from, her early work on up to now as an adult. We know she's doing great things in entertainment, again, being an actress, being a television host, doing all different things regarding her career as well as now being a mother. But we also need to add to this conversation, she is dating someone. And apparently they are in a monogamous relationship. Now, let's bring everything to the forefront. He has received all type of backlash regarding this. Um, I really don't have time and really don't want to get into, what was said, but we know, and if you've been watching all this play out, black women, because I really don't care about nobody else, black women have attacked him uh, for his comments. Um, you know, it's, hey, this is her postpartum body, and, you know, uh, she is just expressing herself. I mean, I can go on and on with the excuses that have been given for why it was okay for a woman who I'm going to say belong because she is in a monogamous relationship with Darius Jackson. So she answers to somebody. Um, Again, he did not see that this was proper. As a man, I can tell you now, one, I would not allow my wife to be put in that position because I would have this conversation would have been had way before we got to the concert because just depending on where you're sitting, you just really don't know if a R&B artist, male artist, is going to pull your girl on stage. You just don't know. So as men, we should have these type of conversations, which we probably never think about before we step outside. And we're going to say, even if it was not to a concert, but just stepping outside in general, I'm wondering if they really have had a deep conversation on how uh, they feel when it just comes to certain things, going out on dates, How do you expect me to dress? What do you feel that is appropriate? Now, y'all can call me crazy, but I see nothing wrong for people that are dating each other, that are trying to understand each other. And in this case, they they have shown us in my book. I tell people once you start having babies with somebody, you clearly know them enough to create with someone. We're past do you know them? Because clearly you know them if you decided to have a baby with them. Some people say it's by accident. I do understand all the scenarios. However, for this situation, um, you know, it just wasn't classy. Um, what she had on was not classy. There's just no way around it. I'm not gonna bash her. I'm just gonna say she just made a poor choice. I know some folks watching, they saying, come on, Boss Hog, you know you normally go in. Nah, I'm not trying to do that. Actually, I'm trying to find my voice now, trying to revamp myself and trying to uh, do something different than what I normally do. And so I'm not going to go in on, I'm just going to say it was tacky. I'm going to say that she did not have enough respect for her boyfriend to dress appropriately for this concert. And what do I mean appropriately? There is no way in hell a woman that is in a monogamous relationship. Now, I don't know if they live together, but I'm going to say they live together. They live together. They paying bills together. They doing everything together. Somewhere in there, respect should have been given. If he spoke to her before this incident, the fact that she did not respect her so-called boyfriend that apparently she loves, you see in all the pictures, apparently she loved enough at this point in time to create a baby with this gentleman, just showed that she had no regard for this man. I'm on this big kick right now for you guys that are watching that. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to keep saying it until, you know, um, I become a trending topic or whatever you want to call it. Black men are the real prize. I'm going to say it again for you feminist black women who don't like it, get over it. But the truth is in the pudding. The truth is in uh, how we are um, uh, not only reinventing ourselves, but the moves we make as men in jobs and in whatever you want to name it. We are the prize at the end of the day. Sad to say it, we are. Why am I say that? And I'm gonna keep it moving. Keke Palmer wanted a baby. We know how it go. We go say they had a conversation, they talked. I want to have a baby. The most instrumental person in that process is a man because a woman cannot produce a baby. So she needed something from him in order to uh, produce or birth something that they both wanted. However, if it wasn't for a man who was planting the seed from the get go, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't be calling her baby mama unless she done went to one of these uh, facilities that, you know, do the, uh, implant or whatever they call it to have a baby without the help of a man. So, yes, black men are the prize. And I can keep going on and on, but for right now, we go stick on. That is one of the reasons why he's, in this case, is the prize as a black man. And so, if nothing else, the same way Black women are showing so much respect, and not all, because some folks have weighed in also, but the same way they're making excuses for her and her actions, I'm going to stand for this brother because I see nobody else do it and say he also gets a pass because he's just as important as she is. They both have a baby. It's not just her baby, it's his baby also. And who are we in them, especially black women, as much as you all want us to stay out y'all business, we can't correct y'all, we can't critique and love. You name it, black men or women can't tell black women nothing. We say it's supposed to somehow allow you guys to move in a way that regardless of how we feel as black men, as long as everybody else think it's okay and you're okay, it's fine. Listen, the buck stop here with me. I'm not that brother. I call it how I see it. And in this case, again, she's wrong. Ain't no way about it. It ain't he wrong, and it's not well he called her out. He shouldn't have done that. I strongly believe in something that we grew up on and we learned in elementary school. It was called cause and effect. Why are we blaming, and in this case, I'm going to use the victim for responding to a cause that was created by his girl, his baby mama? So why are we treating him as if he's wrong for speaking what was on his heart? Now, he's getting criticized for going on social media and doing what he did. Well, hell, are we not to criticize his baby mama who went to a concert knowing her status as a celebrity, knowing that more than likely this was going to go viral, knowing more than likely it was going to draw unnecessary attention to what they have going on? I guess we forget about all that. Listen, thank you to everybody that's tuning in. For you guys that are just joining, we're talking about the Keke Palmer situation. I wanted to weigh in. I wanted to give my thoughts. And I wanted to give my thoughts surrounding this Keke Palmer situation because for me, it's telling about the state of black men and women in relationships. It shows just how fractured we are. It shows that we are going further and further away from the morals and principles that our big mamas and our big papas grew up on, and our mothers and our fathers grew up on, which was the reason why uh, these men and women that you know somewhere in your family have been together, I'm going to say over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. My grandparents celebrating being together for 50 some years. My parents celebrated, if I'm not mistaken, their 29th anniversary. I just watched my brother who was born, who got married July the 4th, celebrate 9 years of marriage. And I can't speak on me because I don't do toxic nothing. I will walk away before I feel like I'm living my life in hell with anybody. So me, I'm just back on in the game. It is what it is. But listen, let's get to some of these comments because I do see people weighing in. Shout out to Keith Williams. That's my frat brother. Thank you for tuning in. Let me pop up on the screen what he had to say about this situation. So it looks like Keith Williams says many people think this type of dress is okay. They're not married, and she is in control of her own body. Well, Brother Keith, I'm going to disagree. We keep getting sidetracked by And we keep changing the narrative. So now are we going to say that she could do what she have done because they're not married? I wonder if the shoe was on the other foot. This brother goes to a concert. He dresses in a manner in which women love. And let's be real, and I hate to do this. No, I'm going to say it correctly. Women love penis. There's no way around it. Man, you know how much and how many um, um, different tweets and how much I see women who do more sexualizing of men than men do sexualizing women on social media. If you think I'm lying, go through all your social media platforms and just watch black women talk in regards to black men. They treat us like meat in the same way we treat them like meat. And there's no way in hell that you can tell me if this man went to a concert dressed in some gray uh uh sweatpants, because that's what the ladies like to say. It's gray sweatpants seasons the same way. I'm the president of the Sundress Association. And I'm real enough as a man to say, I love to see women in sundresses. And so it's okay to say, and I'm cool with black women and what they like in men. But let's not be hypocrites about it though. Let's not, as I call it, create the double standards. Because I'm going to always say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. It's not about control, it's about respect. I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, this gentleman was going to wear something too. I don't care what female R&B artist concert. We're going to say Jill Scott because we know Jill Scott has absolutely no problem with being freaky on stage. He does it. We find out that there was a conversation. She turns around, say what she says on social media. He's gonna have the backlash of damn near every fan of hers, plus every other black woman who, riding for black women just because they riding with black women, regardless if they're right or wrong. It would be a problem. I'm more than sure that that gentleman was showing enough respect to say, just because this is my girlfriend, the mother of my child, one, I don't want to show nobody else what is meant for her. Two, I respect her as such that I'm going to dress appropriate for a concert. So it's not about control. I understand what you're saying. I respect that, Brother Keith. However, in the grand scheme of things, did did she respect him as his girl? Now, I can play the game of well, they're not married because see, in real life, I told y'all from the beginning of the show, I'm selectively transparent. I'm selectively transparent enough to say my oldest son, shout out to my son, Jalen, what's good? I love you. He will be the first to tell you when I found out or when he told me that he will be having a child. The first thing I asked him was, so do y'all plan on getting married? Um, so where do we go from here? Now it's time to put away the boy games, and now it's time to step up, be the man for not only your child, but the young lady you dating. And I'm the one that told my son that this is who he needs to be dating. I put them together. So I'm trying to make sure for my children and another black couple that they succeed. Respect the mother of your child or the woman that you're dating. It's just no way around it. That's what any relationship should start out with from the jump. Okay, Keith goes on to say for those who are viewing, and again, shout out to everybody that's viewing on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Please like and share. Jump into this conversation because I got on today because I wanted to hold a conversation about this because there is a bigger picture. She's small, and I'm building up to a culture that's now being created, as I keep saying and been saying for the past probably 5 years about black women and parading around, you know, producing bastards. It's not about family no more. It's not about marriage, as you can see, because there's no wedding date for nothing. And I'm going to be honest with you. If it was me in this situation, I was dating her, marrying her is out the question. I'm not even finna do what legendary comedian Corey Holcomb stated and talking about this is a uh, learning moment. No, if I have to actually hold a conversation with you about how to handle yourself in a concert, especially being attractive, and you know, any woman could get called on the stage of a concert of an R&B artist. If you don't have enough respect to know who I am, that's not appropriate. Number one. Number two, that you represent me when you walk out the door. If we saying we connected, if we're saying that we, how do I want to put it? That we're being monogamous with each other, then yes, making sure that you are representing the person that you're dating, that hopefully the plan is to cross the finish line. In other words, move from boyfriend and girlfriend to what I call something real, like being a husband and a wife. Because let it be known for people who talk about that there is no difference between a husband and wife and being somebody who's in a long term relationship. You have lost your rabbit ass mind. That is what you tell yourself because you do not want to admit that you might not be wife material, that you might not be husband material. So what you do is you bash those who are in marriages. What you do is you go look at the negative, the downside, and the conflicts that men and women have within marriage to make your assumption that marriage ain't something for me. No, just say you are not you just not fit for marriage. You don't need to look at nobody else's situation to determine if it's for you because at the end of the day, every man and woman who decide to take those vows have a choice in how they want their marriage to go. Enough said with that. Let's go. He also goes on to say, oh, I agree with you, but most society doesn't agree with us. That is true. We are now in a situation in society and culture where basically morals and those things we stood on, principles, um, accountability, um, and a host of other things that you can name are now being thrown out the door. But I say to those who are solid, keep standing on what you believe. I'm going to keep standing on what I believe as a man and how I feel uh, we're moving as a society, especially when it comes to black relationships and love. How about what she did was toxic? How about that? Somebody make that a viral video. Boss Hog on Boss Talk with Boss Hog said that the fact that Miss Keke Palmer didn't care nothing about her baby daddy slash boyfriend, that she would dress and show what was meant for him to not only the audience, but to another man. And I'm going to marry a woman who basically showed that she's for the streets and don't play crazy. Because I know y'all seen that video of Keke Palmer. She was at a party. She done all these flips. And I'm wondering if she was with Darius Jackson at the time. Because not only did she had on, I believe, a purple dress or whatever it was, she had a matching G-string to go with it. Now, why should I, as a man who should know how she look, you know, uh, under her clothes, know how she look. And the world got the video. Because best believe, because she ain't my girl, I like what she was doing. I ain't saying it's right, but as a man, I definitely like what she was doing. We have another comment. It says, let's call a spade a spade. Married or not, uh, she wouldn't have went outside like that. If her boyfriend wasn't of a minority descent, okay, I can believe that. I follow that. I follow that. I follow that. So again, knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is knowing that you can do whatever the hell you want to. That's your right. You can say what you want to. That's your right. Wisdom is knowing to make better choices with it. That's the difference. Wisdom come in and knowing in for instance situations like this, what is actually appropriate. I don't care again because she's in Hollywood. I don't care that she is a mother, uh, who had a baby and all of that because again, clearly she don't care. Absolutely not at all. Now let's move on because again, it's building to and I want you guys to see that again. We started out with Keke Palmer, and we still on her. And the fact that she's dressed in a provocative, tacky, tasteless way, and her boyfriend slash baby daddy went on social media to tell everybody how he felt about it. I feel for the brother. I'm sorry, it's not because I'm a black man. I literally just sat here reminiscing about when I was married. And I'm going to say this and we're going to go to the video. I feel what Tyrese is going through or went through with his divorce. I understand when Tyrese said, damn, basically, it was never about love. She got what she got and got on after 5 years. If you've never been through that, you can't talk on it and you can't say shit about it. I remember it, and this was when I was married. Um, I told my wife one day after coming from taking my daughter to get her nails done and hair, and we done went to the mall and we done went eating, that on a specific date, we would be doing something. She tells me, well, I'm going to Florida that weekend, so, whatever. I'm like, okay. Now, a man who's been in this situation where now he's feeling as if his back up is against the wall where now you're bumping heads, can understand, that feeling. And so the day finally came up. It was 2 weeks later. And so it was about 2 days, a day or so before she actually left. And so, matter of fact, it was a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. And I come in from work and I want to talk about the topics that we're going to be discussing for our Sunday show. She sarcastically said, "Oh, oh, you thought I was playing? No, I'm going to be, I'm going to Florida." Now, I didn't argue with her, and I never said that she couldn't go because me having empathy for my wife having to move from where she grew up in Florida and the people she know to come to me, and I'm a Texas boy. So I was not going to push back from it because I understood, she wanted to go home. She wanted to see her family. Chalk that up to the game. It is what it is, you know, kept it moving. The day she left, which was the next day, and I want you guys to just picture this in your mind. So this is a Wednesday. So this is a Wednesday night. We're talking, conversation over because she's not going to be on Sunday show. There's no point in talking to her about the topics for Sunday. Thursday roll around. Now, I get up or was getting up early in the morning to go to work. By profession, I am a truck driver. So I walked out the door about 3:45, 4 o'clock the next morning. I'm not knowing because my wife really wouldn't communicate to me. I think she intentionally, well, I know it was. I'm like Tyrese. I know she was intentionally, some people, I tell people, some people in marriage want to play mind games and the little city games of trying to make you wonder and all of that. And I knew then that it was a wrap. So Thursday roll around. She's calling me because she's heading to the airport. Now, when she told me she was leaving on Thursday, I'm thinking she's going to leave Thursday evening to at least let me see her before she leaves for the weekend. Nah, that wasn't the case at all. One, she ain't never told me really the exact time she was leaving, the flight that she was leaving on, none of that. And then that same day, my daughter was having a dance. At this time, she was in elementary school. And my daughter was having a dance that same day. Now, when I talked to my ex-wife, I was under the impression that she would be the one to pick up my daughter and her friend, take her to the dance. And then I would do the picking up. I would see my wife off, and we're good. I see her when she come in Sunday. Thursday rolls around. No, excuse me. Later that Wednesday night, what she reveals is that she's going to her best friend's 40th 40th birthday in DC. So let me put this together. 2 weeks prior, she tells me I'm going to Florida that weekend. I'm going to go see my family that weekend. Not asking we doing anything. I'm going to go see my family. Again, in marriage, you got to choose your battles. That was not one worth fighting, whatever. Keep it moving. But then when she announced that, oh, I'm going to DC. I'm going to go spend uh, my weekend with my best friend for her 40th birthday. The crazy mess about it, and I'm trying to change and not use as much profanity. So again, if I'm talking slow, it's because like I said, I'm trying to choose my words wisely. So the night prior, again, Wednesday night, is revealed that she's really not going to Florida. She's actually going to DC for her best friend 40th birthday. And to add insult to injury, that was my son's birthday. So instead of my so-called wife, and we're celebrating my he's now 14, my 14-year-old birthday, she decides, oh, I'd rather go celebrate my best friend's 40th birthday. Now I'm pissed. I'm hot. Because for 2 weeks, I was under the impression that you're going to go see your family. But then you flip it because what you really have done, you have already made plans because you didn't give a damn. She didn't give a damn about the family. She didn't give a damn about my son. She didn't give a damn about celebrating his birthday. I'd rather celebrate with my best friend. I want y'all to think about that. Now, I made it clear that night. I said, it's going to change everything. And I meant it. She was one of them young ladies is like, I got to, as we say, fat meat is greasy. Some folks don't believe fat meat is greasy. That was the situation. Now, and I'm a husband, was I not supposed to be mad or angry or feel disrespected, lied to because she was pregnant at the time? Oh, she's pregnant, and let her go celebrate with her best friend. Wait, to add to insult to injury, we hadn't been married a year yet. And so this was going to be our, first time celebrating my child, her stepchild, birthday. So, you would think it's going to be a family thing. Nah, because I'm trying to get where I really want to be, and that's to DC. Fast forward, I go to work, I come in, again, communication off, because again, people can choose to communicate with you how they want to. Either they're going to communicate with you or they're not. Ain't no way around it. And this was this situation. I'm rushing to get home because now I'm being told I'm going to the airport. So I can't pick her up. I can't take her and pick her best friend up to take them to their dance. So now I'm rushing. I'm trying to get in town, get back to Dallas so I can do what I thought and what the understanding was she was going to do. Needless to say, I divorced this young lady because at the end of the day, one, she never respected me as a man. It was never about family. All she wanted was a baby out of the situation. And so that is the epitome of adulthood, apparently, as a woman. So again, we as men have every right to feel the way we feel, to respond how we're going to respond. And so, no, I'm not going to bash this brother for feeling how he felt. I can just imagine him now seeing the mother of his child, the woman that he laid down with every night on social media, getting super close with Usher. And let's be real, man, say these brothers out here, they looking to sit up here and make some dude mad. They looking to turn around, create some type of havoc. Knock down your bro if she ain't strong enough. So, no, I'm not going to bash this brother for feeling the way he feels. And I will say to the women, you're not a man. So don't talk about how we should respond. I shared a video of TD Jakes, and he was saying, I know I'm going to get put on TikTok for this. He said, he was saying something to the extent, basically, if you don't have no children, you can't tell me how to raise children. If you're not a man, you can't tell me as a woman how to act like a man. I've been saying that for years too. I'm not on social media trying to tell women how they need to behave. I just show how women act. I'm just clever with my critique of things. But what you never see me do is say, no, a woman is supposed to be this way. No, I think as an adult, damn it, you should just get a clue. I don't think we're that so far off that even if your mom and dad ain't taught you nothing, that you ain't learned nothing from somewhere else. Come on, man, that's BS. So, man, let's keep it moving. Next, I'm going to show a video of a young lady, and this is from one of my Facebook friends. He's actually one of my frat brothers. He shared up a clip, and it's a woman who's giving her critique of the situation. Now, I want you to watch it. I want you to form your own opinion. And then you tell me what you see, and then I'm going to tell you what I see. And this is the reason why I decided I wanted to also add her to the mix of this whole black women. Black women do more bashing of men than men do of black women. It is what it is, and I said what I said. This is no different. So let me share this video real clip. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up this clip. And it is a clip again of a young lady who basically is giving her thoughts on the situation. Let me blow the screen up because, again, it's my private Facebook. So let's roll with it. Let's see what she got to say.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I know everybody saw the video, Keke Palmer, and all the controversy that's going on with her baby daddy making those tweets about her outfit and how it was inappropriate. She's a mother, yada, yada, yada. So Keke is the prime example as to why you don't date below. And I explained because, number one, who is dude? Like, did any of us know him before he started dating Keke, before she had that baby by him? No. I think his brother was somebody in the industry or whatever. Mind you, I'm not going to lie to you. The outfit was tacky, Keke. You know what I mean? You got that artist formerly known as Prince ass outfit. The shit was tacky. She looking for attention and she got it. But just like attention, all attention is not good attention. But it struck up a nerve with him. And I guarantee you there were arguments and disagreements way before he sent out that tweet. Her baby daddy has gotten his 15 minutes of fame by being connected to Keke. Keke, I understand you saw him at the party. That old fake ass Al B. Sure Christopher Williams ass dude. You know, light skin, curly hair. He probably look good to you. You should have smashed and passed. You should have grabbed, smashed, and passed. You should have stuck and moved. You should have hit it and quit it. You should not have had no type of relationship with that dude, and definitely not have no baby by him.
As you guys see, you've seen the video. I want you guys to tell me what you guys saw, and I'm going to tell you what I saw. I saw again another black woman who chose to take the opportunity to one again. First and foremost, the first thing she did is she disrespected him. Boss Hog, how did she disrespect him? Did you notice the little sneak diss? You need to date below. I'm sorry. We're at it's we the only one in the black community that hold entertainers to some high level of society. She don't make any type of political decisions regarding black folks. She don't I mean, she's not a teacher. Um, you name it, she's not in doing anything of service, to others. I mean, she's an actress. She's an entertainer, and she probably get paid well a couple of dollars if she's sustaining her lifestyle wherever they're living. Again, it is these little sneak disses that black women do all the time. Who is Keke Palmer? Because, I mean, this is a woman who had no problem at, you know, saying that I don't have a problem showing my ass, what I wear up under my clothes to the world. And and he's below. Let me say it again. Black men are the prize. See how the first thing she did was she tried to change the narrative. Wait a minute. First of all, who is he? He's a nobody. Like if you would have dated some man that actually had any type of moral values or expect his woman to dress and behave a certain way when she's out and about, he had to be somebody. Basically, what you're saying, because he's nobody, he doesn't have a voice. This stuff is becoming a problem. I'm tired of hearing about black women, and I'm just gonna be real. I'm tired of hearing about black women, being the victims. I say a lot, listen, don't play the victim game with me. It ain't gonna work. It's not. It's called accountability. So the first thing we do is we're gonna shoot at who he is as a man. Like whatever he does in his life counts for nothing. And that's what made me, honestly, that's what made me want to go before you guys and go on and let's talk about it. Because I'm tired of seeing black women who, on one hand, fuss and fight and argue that we do not protect you all. When, yes, I know there are black women riding for us. I know there is. That's not what's being shown, though. What we see are irresponsible, promiscuous, I guess apparently supposed to be liberated and not liberating nothing. We should, again, do whatever we want without no consequence of nothing. How dare you talk about me because all I wore was a G-string up my ass and a lace bottom out in the back to the public. See, I grew up that stuff is the prize for a man. Everybody don't have to see everything. I grew up what they call old school. So I'm an old school brother living in some new school mess, basically. Because I stand on what I see around me. I still believe in black love. I still believe in the union of man and woman. I told my son, I said, y'all not a family. Ain't no difference between Keke and this dude, and she showed it. She proved my point. Y'all ain't no family. I told my son, y'all are not a family. You are a man who had a baby with a woman, and now you two have decided that y'all will raise the baby together. I had to explain to my son, you have to join a team first to have a team. For those who on the slow bus, you have to first get married in order to claim that you got a family, in order to claim that we a team. You're not a team. I'm more concerned as a father of my relationship with my children, with my son, than I am with their mothers. So now we ain't super cool like that. We're not gonna talk about who we're dating, because you ain't my friend. You nobody that I would hold that type of conversation with anyway. Then let's go on to what she was saying. Then she goes on to fast forward. She does say, hey, when tacky, it was tacky. I said the same thing. Then she pulled a hit it and quit it. So basically, you said Keke Palmer should have been just something that he was smashing, because y'all women got this game messed up in thinking that just because y'all having sex and y'all don't have a relationship, you really the one that's doing the effing. I told you I'm trying to not to cuss. Y'all were sadly mistaken. I don't care who initiates sex first. You are not screwing the dude that's having sex with you, because you don't have a penis to screw nothing. So the fact that she would, and I'm gonna take her for as being serious. The fact that she would even say, "Hey, man, he should have been just somebody you was having sex with, and y'all didn't have nothing." Are you serious? Is that the best you could say? You took 2 minutes of your time to say some raggedy trash mess. Oh yeah, forget that you're a mama. No. Forget that you're a black woman that should carry herself in a respectful manner, or whatever the case may. Yeah, all you should have been doing was just having sex with them. I'm surprised she didn't go on to say, well, maybe you should have took that little old plan B. We have to do better. We truly do. We really have to do better. Even if you notice my social media page, I done switched up some, you know, uh, it's an old saying that says to whom much is given, much is required. And so after being on here 13 years, it's like, okay, I was Kevin Samuels before Kevin Samuels. He just did it a little bit different. He sounded a little, and he was brash. He wasn't brasher than me, but he did what he did, and he just did it in a suit, you know, dim the lights. But me, him, and others like us, black women, have been calling BS for the longest. Again, what makes Keke Palmer all of that you belittle him in a relationship? Or belittle him as a man to say, who is he? Absolutely nobody. The question is who are you? Instead of saying, hey, you know what, they need to have a conversation like a grown man says right now. No, what they need to do is have a conversation. If he decides to stay with her, lay out the boundaries, and if for whatever reason she's choosing not to respect him as a boyfriend, player going to get ready to be put on child support. Why are we as men dating women who marriage is not on their mind anyway? If that's the case, you already know what it is when you ask. She'll smash and dash because that's what we do. If we go flip the script, let's flip the script all the way. If you as a man, because what I'm saying to you men is now, as a man, we need to hold each other accountable because now we see how the game is changing when it comes to our black women. Yes, you still have those traditional black women who, and what I mean traditional mean that they still hold certain values that they grew up on. Right and wrong, what's respectful and what's not. You respect all people. You don't get in a relationship and all of a sudden say, well, I'm just going to treat her and him like they ain't nothing. That's how you get dumped. So, yes, why not speak positivity to their situation? Why not say, and why not we rally around them and say, you know what? Man, it was a hiccup. Y'all are young and y'all shit. Because that's what I would tell my son. My mother told me, you know, when I was married, let stuff play out. Let it play out first before you make any decisions, before you make any moves. Let whatever going on play out. While y'all jumping and attacking this brother like y'all black women do, and it's funny, don't see white women doing it. I'm sorry. Maybe because this is a black situation. But guess what? Guess who's showing up in numbers to say at the end of the day, we don't respect this black man. Now he's shaming her. Again, that's what black women are doing. You can ask, and I hate to say it, but a lot of black women are like that. You can ask them a question and they talk about something else. You can say something instead of listening and internalizing it, checking themselves before they respond. It's a quick response about, but what about you? Come on, man. So what I would say to that woman, because I am going to be petty right now, man, go wash your damn car, son. Again, I'm trying to watch my mouth, so today is the day that I'm trying to make it through this show, and I really don't curse like that. But if you have nothing to add, and I said it on my social media page, if you have nothing to add to the conversation, shut up. Our divorce rate is through the roof. And for black women to want love, to want the protection of a man, who want to be married and all that, blah, 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 y'all do more divorcing than we do. Y'all initiate divorces more than we do. Who are really committed to relationships, man? But that's another conversation. So again, we have this young lady who decided to give her 2 cents. Not only disrespect this man again, and the fact that she's disrespecting that brother, you know, her video was worth sharing. And I'm sure it was shared several times. So again, the first thing she does is she discounts, marginalize this young black brother. Sweetie, you're not a comedian. That I'll be sure whatever light skin, joke fell flat, man. Let those that really know how to laugh and make this a funny situation do it. Like my co-host, Easy Ray. Come on. That was whack. And then you show me as a black man who you are and how probably you deal with men because you really gonna tell a young lady, a black sister, that she should have just smashed and dashed. If you go say it correctly, say all you should have did was just let him hit. That was it. Use protection. Y'all should not be in a relationship. Who are you? In the words of Corey Holcomb, this is a learning situation. If it was me, I would have already peeped game and know that I'm not going nowhere with this young lady, even if I stayed with her. Marriage is, unless something, unless I start seeing something different, unless I put her back in that situation where now I'm going to see if there's a different reaction, she ain't worth marrying. And as good as she is as an entertainer, hell, she can be for the streets too. And more than likely, I believe she is for the streets. Now tell me I'm disrespecting her. And lastly, let me bring in Essence. For you guys that don't know, Essence Festival just ended in New Orleans, Louisiana. There was some great acts, you know. They definitely, and I'm not sure. I think is Essence just for black women? I'm just asking because I don't know, because I don't read Essence. I read some articles here and there, so I don't know if black women is who that they're targeting. I'm gonna say this though, and I'm gonna pull up a screenshot and go off of it. I bring Essence into the situation because again, instead of taking an opportunity to explore how we can communicate, again, in the words of Corey Holcomb, instead of them as a voice, as they say, for the black community, black culture, instead of writers taking the opportunity to try to make this a teaching moment for those that might be reading, for those that might be put in a different situation, in that situation, how to handle it. They choose to add flames to the fire. They done created a whole little Instagram in which I'm gonna pull up, and they got the captions, and she's a mother, a baddie, and postpartum, and all this BS. And here's why I'm gonna say it's BS. I'm gonna show you guys because I paused it on their clip because I want to show you guys uh, what they added on their Instagram that leads me to believe that Essence is just as much a enemy to the black community, to the black family, to the liberation of us as black men and women, because I'm tired of hearing, oh, well, what about black women? Damn it, we got the same struggle y'all have. Y'all going through, uh, being paid at the bottom, black men are too. Discrimination, black men are facing it too. Job promotions, in what field, black men are facing it too. So why are we playing this us against y'all? And we, because the truth is, black women attack black women more than anybody. That's where it started at, on Twitter. On this, black women are the most hated and all that. Go back and do your research. It actually started on Twitter because black women were getting into it on black Twitter. So let's be clear, it ain't black men attacking black women like that on social media. Because if that's the case, it's enough blame to go around for both sides. However, again, instead of taking the high road, because Essence can't talk, So let me show you what Essence did real quick. And for me, like I said, there is nowhere in hell you can convince me that its essence is for black men and women. They're not. If you guys are looking at my video right now, I paused the clip. This is from Essence magazine. Now, I actually left a comment on there. I don't know if, here it is right here. Let's see how many people liked it. Only one like it. I speak the truth. One thing I say all the time, and y'all better not be stealing my shit stuff. The truth never needs a cosigner. And in the words of Big Dip, and he said it on the interview, and I love it and I use it, but I also want to credit him as the one saying it. He said, I'd rather be standing on the outside than to be on the outside and right than to be in the house full of wrong niggas. Let me say that again. I'd rather be on the outside and right to be on the inside in a room full of wrong niggas. In other words, if you don't get it, he's saying, you stand on what you believe in, you stand on what you know to be right, in spite of the opposition, what you know to be true. Now, again, for you guys that are looking at my screen as we wind this down, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick. So it says toxic masculinity. It goes on to say his choice to shame, see how they use shame her, on social media over her outfit at a time she's embracing her postpartum body reeked of toxic masculinity. I want to know who's running Essence. Is it owned by a Caucasian person that is tailoring itself to the black community, or is it owned by black people who are catering to the black community? And here's the reason why I say that, and this is why I look at Essence in the light that I do. First and foremost, there's no such thing as toxic masculinity, and especially when it comes to black men. And it's never been about black men. So when we talk about a narrative, when we talking about, everybody's not deep. That's why, that's why some folks are still asleep. And now, we polarize the word woke. Woke has been around since whatever. I mean, it's not hard. It's being aware of the world around you outside of your life. What's going on in the world around you? What's going on in politics, because it affects you? You might want to look at some news. What are you going on in health? Because as black people, we are the leading cause in every damn thing. That's being woke. Police brutality, understanding what has created that situation, that's being woke. Toxic masculinity. So basically what Essence said is, this young man who decided to put his feelings on social media, like again, women don't put their feelings on social media. Again, the double standard. Now he's labeled, or his behavior is toxic masculinity. Here's why I ask if this show is if Essence is owned by white people or black people. Because a conscious black person would never have created this reel. A conscious black news outlet would have, yeah, they would have reported on it, but educated, woke news outlets would have explored the situation, what caused it, what is the root of it, how do we learn from it? You know, something that provokes a thought and a change. You know, and as I'm talking, I'm thinking about uh, Dr. Cornel West, one of our great philosophers of our time. And if you didn't know, he's put his hat in uh, as a presidential candidate. And if you've ever listened to Dr. Cornel West, you know, you have to listen and you have to study what he's talking about. Especially if somebody knows more than you and they're talking the language that they talk, you have to learn their language. And so that requires a little study and a little trying to find out what exactly is he talking at, what is he talking about, deep humanity and all that other good stuff. Yes, I believe Essence in no way has the interests of black women at heart. I don't care how many black women y'all invite to your Essence Festival. I don't care. I don't care how many women y'all put on your show. I don't care about, you know, maybe the week long whatever they do at Essence Festival. Means absolutely nothing because what you put in black and white will last forever. What you put on social media will last forever. And the fact that y'all chose to throw the word toxic masculinity, which black women run on to use themselves. I had a young lady on my Facebook page to talk about masculinity. And I had to be quick to correct her and let her know that there's no such thing, especially among black men, in toxic masculinity. Did y'all go look and find out who actually created toxic masculinity? You'll find out they wasn't black. You'll find out that toxic masculinity, when he described it, he was talking about his father, because if I'm not mistaken, the person that coined and defined toxic masculinity was a white, I believe, gay guy, if I'm not mistaken, and he was reflecting on his relationship and how his father treated him or something like that. But we didn't create that. What I'm tired of us, and more so our black women, because now y'all think that y'all ride. Meg the Stallion literally stood on that stage at Essence to talk about the fact that because we don't need a man and all this and that, what the hell are y'all promoting? Y'all keeping this mess going. But old Jill Scott came through. If y'all ain't seen the videos, go look at the video. Old India.Arie came through. See, I'm not the only one that called out Essence. Now, since I mentioned these folks, India.Arie gave her thoughts on the fact that how Essence Fest basically was tacky and classless for allowing that the Stallion moment where folks got on stage and was twerking and doing all of that. And then you had Janelle Monáe, who did her performance, but she set up raised her little old top up to show her breasts. Now her nipples were covered, but we men, come on, that nigga, your breasts, we see your breasts. Now we know how your breasts look. Men do not care about how your nipples look. More than likely, they dark rounded And if the normal breast got a little ribbit in him, y'all know what that is mean. They sell those type of condoms. So we know how breasts look. The fact that I know how Janae Monell breasts look. So I'm not the only one who's calling out SMS. I'm calling out SMS for this BS that they labeled this brother. This whole little old real making every excuse and trying to change the narrative instead of put our little sister to the side, teaching her something real quick. Because clearly y'all don't care if she keep her man. And at the end of the day, ain't nobody at Essence finna put food on their table, clothes on their child back. This is a hot moment for right now. And then Essence is gonna go on to the next mess. However, these two young men, this young man and woman, still have to deal with each other in the aftermath of this situation. Let me say it again for those who are watching, and please like and share this. Y'all stop talking about toxic masculinity, because where's female toxic femininity? This is what I was talking about earlier when I said we're going to talk about this double standard. It's foolishness, man. And we got our babies coming up, and then what we teaching them? I told my son, I wish I had. And if you're reflecting on your relationships, if you're married or not, I wish I had a village per se that tried to cultivate young marriages. Say, for instance, my situation, right? That there was somebody that said, you know what, I'm gonna take y'all under my wing because I want to make sure we ain't talking about counseling, which counseling is great, but want to make sure that y'all understanding that y'all gonna go through situations that every day is not gonna be roses and petals. And contrary to what social media trying to make it, every weekend ain't a baby vacation. Every weekend is not spending bread at some expensive ass restaurant that honestly, in all my eating, and I done been across this country 10 times over. Rarely have I came away from a elegant, you want to call it upper class restaurant and really felt like I got my money worth. There probably maybe been 2 restaurants. Maybe. I told my son, I wish I had a village that when we get in our marriages, that we have a village that says, I'm committed to making sure that you guys succeed. Now, in my situation, it was what it was. I realized real quick that this woman, in no shape, form, and fashion, was trying to actually have a relationship, a marriage. So I end up having to get to be played in order to get something out of me. But let me say it again. I had to be hoodwinked, bamboozled, because I'm a man that stand on certain principles. And one of them was I don't have babies out of wedlock. Listen, I already got babies. I got baby mama. I have a baby mama. I'm not out here in my 40s, trying to willy-nilly smash and just get bras pregnant. Nah, I don't roll like that. That wasn't a boundary. I'm setting the stage out the gate. So this woman had an opportunity to say, well, damn, I know this clock ticking. Should I stay in Florida and just try to get one of these dudes? Nah. Or go to a doctor, and they can, put a baby inside of me, whatever you want to call it. Oh damn, now I gotta play this game and get this baby out of the situation. Then I can burn out. But let me make it real clear. I had to get played. It wasn't no Keke Palmer in this dude's situation. Because grown men, and clearly he ain't a man's man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Because I can tell you, I would have walked away from Keke Palmer with whatever the hell she had going on. I would have walked away from her and gladly just paid child support. Not only has the narrative changed that Keke was humiliated, shamed. How is she shamed? This woman had the experience of her life. This woman has done something that very few women have done outside of Usher, personal life, has got this close to this man. And to have him grab and touch me. And y'all think for some strange reason that men or some shouldn't have some type of reaction? Like I'm supposed to be okay that my wife or girlfriend is getting rubbed up and down by another man. Okay. Let some woman walk up to your dude and say, hey, you know what? Can I just grab on your genitals? I just want to rub on them. I find you attracted. I just want to rub on you. Hell no, you wouldn't allow it. Matter of fact, you probably would try to fight him and her. And then some bottom feeder's going to say, but they not famous and that's our problem. I ain't never held none of these people in high regard. Matter of fact, I don't hold nobody in high regard. I wish somebody is around me trying to be on some, I'm better than you. You gonna find out real quick that I embarrass people in real life. This is just not for social media. And whatever come with it, because I understand consequences and repercussions. So let's stop as I end this show. Essence, I'm calling you trash for creating that little old sympathetic, non-accountable, disrespectful post for nothing. Let me reach out my comment real quick, man. I said I was gonna be on the hour or something. I'm doing pretty good. Let me reach out this little old comment. I gotta read it. Let me read it. I don't know if you guys see it. So I said, stop it. There is no such thing as black, and I tried to say toxic, but I put an R. Hey, it's typing. It is what it is. There's no such thing as black toxic masculinity. Apparently, a man can have an opinion about the behavior and tacky attire of, in capital letters, his girl. And I'm gonna keep saying again, this is his girl. Essence is just as much a enemy to the what does it say? To the healthy development of black love and family. And as much as a danger as white supremacy is to the destruction of black life in general. Again, y'all, please forgive me. My vision is acts a little funny with me. For you guys that don't know, I was in a serious accident, so please bear with me. But I had to say something and let it be known. See, I don't talk this social media and not put it on nothing. And what I say on social media and what I type, I can say in person. It's not out of hate. I'm not bashing black women. But when a black woman go start holding black women accountable, I realize black women can't do it because most of the black women are the black woman that is being discussed. Yeah, let me say that again. A lot of black women do not try to hold black women accountable because they are the women that's the topic of the discussion. That's why when I say something about women and black women in particular, it's taken as a me bashing them. But I tell people all the time, y'all show me where I've disrespected black women. You a lie. Just because you didn't understand what I said, just because you don't get it, just because you don't know how to hold an intelligent conversation, don't mean you can tell me I disrespect black women. And as I say all the time, I do more business with black women and put more black women money in black women pocket than probably anybody in my circle, in my immediate family, you name it. I'd be like, I'm gonna say, go down the list of who you actually give your money to. I put my money on the fact that my list is gonna be longer. There are people that are gonna be watching this go like, yeah, that's true. Cause he bought about 5 shirts from me. Matter of fact, he bought a whole damn near spent damn near $500 with me alone. Let's not go into the bill with my damn interior decorator, who is a very uh 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 a great interior decorator. I love my home. That was a black woman. So, if somebody watching it, you can go watch it later. Please don't take this as an attack, as I said on Keke Palmer. However, when you decide to put yourself in public eye, you also decide to put yourself in public scrutiny. It is what it is. Just because everybody's saying, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry about it," she all right, and I let don't make it right. You could be just doing all that talking and still be wrong at the end of the day. So yes, what Keke Palmer did to her baby daddy was disrespectful. Maybe we should be telling him, "Nah, bro, you should have just been tagging her." Cause I can tell you right now, cause if she do it again, she ain't nobody for you to cuff. And I understand you're stuck. I get it, you stuck. You embarrassed. Let's talk about who really embarrassed. He's really embarrassed. And so I want to keep it on what it really is. There's a such thing as cause and effect. When somebody responds, that means that somebody has done something. And in this case, his girl, let me say it again, in his home, I don't care what they put on social media. I tell people as I close, when it comes to love, you will never hear me talk about what should be done from a response standpoint. If you're a dude, you get caught cheating. If she bring out the heat, you can't tell her, well, no, don't do that. I know you're mad at me, but you could have did something else. You done lost your rabbit ass mind. And that's anybody. Because you're just not gonna do anything to me and then tell me that I need to respond in a way that will make you comfortable. That don't even sound right saying it. That don't even make sense. It sounds narcissistic at that. No, no, no. I know I did something to offend you, but no, 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 don't do that to me because no, you're wrong. You the bad guy. Like how they trying to portray this dude, Darius Jackson. Listen, my brother, I'm riding with you, 10 toes down. I understand as a man what you're going through. I can just only imagine as a man watching the mother of your child as if you don't have feelings. Because apparently, I guess he's the only one going, she's the only one going through something after birth. You know, because we put aside black men feelings, but then want to tell black men that they should open up and speak to us. Kill yourself. Listen, before I go, I'm going to leave you with uh, this timely, uh, this timely spoken word, uh, and I believe it's just fitting. So as I pull up the other video, I hope you guys are having a great day. Shout out to everybody who is commenting, who is watching, who's probably talking about me. I don't care. Um, Please make sure you go to my page. Now that I'm starting to gain a lot of followers very quick, um, I'm going to give you guys my government name where y'all can find me. Yes, I'm Boss Hog, but you can find me on social media on my handles at Hayes Who, HAYESWHO. There's only one me. I'm one on one. You can definitely find me on Facebook, Instagram. I couldn't put my Twitter up. Um, I'm actually running three Twitters, our show page as well as my two personal pages. And so at this moment, my mind is blank on my handles for my Twitter, so please forgive me. But you can damn sure make sure you follow me on these platforms because that's where I'm the most active. Please make sure you go to the Petty Crew page. Please like us on Petty Crew. Um, I know it might not seem like what we do is major, but we major. I tell my team, I tell my co-hosts all the time, be proud of this, be proud of that, because at the end of the day, it's plenty that started when I started and ain't none of them around. And so be proud that we have sustained ourselves over the past 6 years. We have folks that love us and support us. At the end of the day, I never did this for a spotlight other than giving people an opportunity to speak their mind, lend their voices, as well as me speaking my mind, lending my voices, because I got tired of the PC that I keep seeing on social media. Please forgive me if I had not gotten to everybody's comment, but I do see them. You're going to have to forgive me looking at this screen. The words start to become jumbled up. As far as my health, as you guys know, and if you don't know, I was in a major accident. You can find out and read my story if you go to any one of my social media pages. Click on the link in my bio. I do have my story, so I don't really want to get too deep into it, but I do want to let those that know about my situation that everything is going okay. Um, I'm still having procedures. Matter of fact, I have one coming up September the 11th, which is a mouth surgery. And uh, making plans for surgery for my elbows. So I'm still in this reconstruction phase. I'm still trying to find my voice. And so as you might hear, it might go up, down, it might be deep, it might be high. So I'm trying to find my voice. So please be patient with me. Please show me as much love as you can because I really appreciate it. It's because of you guys, the prayers, the texts, the inbox just to check and see how I'm doing is the one of the reasons why I stay motivated. I hope that I can be an inspiration to someone. Uh, it's okay about whatever it is you're going through. Just know it's gonna be okay. I know you don't think so. Been there, done it. But again, I survived a catastrophic accident. And what I tell people is there's a difference between believing in God and meeting God. I am proud to say that I moved from just believing and understanding who He is and me meeting God for myself, having my God experience. And so, with that being said, I love all you guys. I thank you guys for your support over the years. I hope you guys enjoy this video that I am about to uh, present to you guys as uh, we're going, and this show is in the books. Again, I do my boss talk with Boss Hog every blue moon when I feel necessary. Anytime you guys want to, you got an idea or a topic, we say all the time, there's nothing on our show that we don't discuss. And I love the fact that we well-rounded enough to talk about anything. So I want you guys to be blessed, and I hope you guys enjoy. What that is, we gonna go into these videos.
Ever since you told women to act like a lady and think like a man,
Yeah, hold on.
I've been seeing more
Yeah, I don't know what it's.
women take their own trash out. Reposting Justin Little Boy and how they don't need a man, but got their cash up in their bio asking for a handout. I mean, you say you want a man, but you ain't doing nothing to.
There we go. Sorry about that. I had these tabs up, and apparently an article or something just started playing automatically. But let me start this from the beginning. Again, I hope you guys enjoy. Please take your time to listen to this video because this brother did that. It's just no way around it. So let me make him. There we go. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Dear Steve Harvey, ever since you told women to act like a lady and think like a man, I've been seeing more women take their own trash out. Reposting Justin Little Boy and how they don't need a man, but got their cash up in their bio asking for a handout. I mean, you say you want a man, but you ain't doing nothing to stand out. Remember, Gina still got married to Martin. Y'all rather take the Tommy and Pan route. This has been recorded. Y'all are tripping. I'm gonna start from the beginning. Lewis, tell me quiet. Dear Steve Harvey, ever since you told women to act like a lady and think like a man, I've been seeing more women take their own trash out. Reposting Justin Little Boy and how they don't need a man, but got their cash up in the bio asking for a handout. I mean, you say you want a man, but you ain't doing nothing to stand out. Remember, Gina still got married to Martin. Y'all rather take the Tommy and Pam route. I mean, you say you want a man, but you just want an enabler that's going to tell you right in every situation. You want a traditional man to pay your traditional rent, but you got a modern day attitude in a modern generation. It don't work like that. And half the men you talk to ain't got jobs and don't work like that. I mean, you say you want a provider, but all you got to bring to the table is baggage, and it's okay as long as it's just a Birkin bag. Talking about how with the right man, you naturally going to submit. Man, you got a reality TV show attitude. Ain't no man going to deal with that shit. But I guess Derek Jackson told you your worth. You held on to every word when he spoke on your hurt. Every post he made, you reposted it first. I don't know what's worse, him cheating on his wife or you following him after he praised her, then he made her feel insecure. But I guess Kevin Samuels can't be taken seriously. I mean, how you want a high value man when your value is low spiritually? I mean, I guess the ace in the metaphor is a man telling you right because that's the only time you listening. I mean, you say you want a man, but you bash men every time men are being mentioned. You be listening to Steve Harvey. Man, that man cheated on his wife with his mistress, married his mistress and has kids with his daughter, jumped from one relationship to the next with no intention. So all that relationship advice you be listening to about love, he should have given to his children. The only time you want equality is when it's beneficial to your agenda. Love, this ain't a poem. This is an intervention. She be talking about how her grandfather took care of her grandmother. Well, that's that grown man's business. And the woman that your grandmother is doesn't correlate to the woman that's being mentioned. Stop acting like you don't want who could drinks and a good night. A nightcap with your night bag while getting hit from behind. She gonna go for brunch and mimosas. Trust me, it works every time. She gonna be yelling out the window how she outside and she fuck nigga free, but she want a husband in the same line. Love, when the family feuds in real life, it ain't a game show. And if love don't cost a thing, how come you keep asking for things you can't even bring to the table? Boom.
It's been good talking to you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time.